What is going on, YouTube? It's mktrill back at it one more time. Here we are, starting off, brand new week, and I gotta say, it was a crazy one. As you can see, we're doing the we're doing the banshee today, both banshees. So with the Dukes of Death, it was a relatively similar comparison, where only difference is one of them was bulletproof and the other one wasn't. With the Banshee, we have something completely different. We have two cars that came from the same place, but one is a supercar and one is a sports car. Super sports car, I mean, it's not the same as like a super and a coupe or something like that, but they are a different class for a reason. So we're gonna try to figure out, is it really that big of a difference? I mean, so when you get in order to get the Banshee 900R, you have to own the original Banshee and then upgrade it at Benny's. So the question is it worth upgrading? Is it really that much of a difference? I mean, something we're gonna find out today. So, if you guys don't know, the Banshee is actually based off of my favorite car in real life, the Dodge Viper. So this week was a little bit nice for me. I guess it's gonna be kind of hard for me to stay neutral, but I'm gonna stay as neutral as possible with this car. So without further ado, I guess we can get it started. So here we are, like always, we're doing a 10-lap race. The reason I like doing a 10-lap race is because I want to be able to take off any human error. With a 10-lap, you got a higher chance of getting that one lap that's gonna be perfect. So as you can see, this lap, no errors. I mean, okay, there was a small error, but nothing that would like game breaking, nothing that's gonna change the outcome of the race. One thing to note with the Banshee, this is the original Banshee, by the way, this is the sports one. The brakes, about on par with the Dukes. So, I've tested 4 cars and all brakes. See, this is the part where I told you there was a mistake. I mean, it's not going to make or break the game. Maybe it slowed it down by a half a second, if that. So anyways, like I was saying, brakes, I've only tested 4 cars. And all 4 cars have brakes about the same. So I'm kind of curious, does brakes even like, is it even a factor? Does it even matter? Are all cars the same? Do all cars brake about even? I know it has the stats, but like it has the stats when you buy the car, but everyone knows those stats aren't always accurate. Anyone that's ever played any racing game knows that just because the stat says it's 100% or 0% doesn't actually make it that. But the brakes were roughly the same. The handling, this car was a lot, I don't want to say easier to handle, but it slipped less. As you saw, you don't really see me losing control. So it didn't drift as well. See, it handled really good. And even with this mistake right here that you just saw, I was still able to pull it in at 1:49.08. That's a fast lap. If you remember, the Dukes and the Dukes of Death were over 2 minutes. This is the supercar Banshee 900R. This is a shock. I didn't even know how to put it. You guys are gonna start imagining what the results were? Don't even try. This car right here handled great. It was a little loose, it slipped a little bit, but remember I said in the previous episode, that's the kind of race cars I like. I tend to do better with cars that slide a little bit rather than having to come to almost a complete stop just to take turns. I feel like I don't keep my momentum as much because I'm sliding anyway, so you lose the momentum with the slide, but you keep your revs and your tires spinning higher. So it feels like you start off, after the turn, just a little bit faster. But besides that, it was a very similar car to the Banshee. But it was fun to drive. It was a blast. And like I said, this is based off of my favorite car, so I'm trying not to be biased. But it was a blast to drive. I know I said that with the Dukes, but this time, if I had to get a car, one of them, just purely off of entertainment value alone, it would have to be the Banshee. The Banshee, this one, 900R. It was so much fun to drive. I really enjoyed myself driving this car. I didn't want the experience to end. And unlike last week, I wasn't falling asleep. I was alert and having fun the whole time. But here we are finishing up. Drifted just a little bit, but fun regardless. Just as fun. As you can see, no mistakes on this one. And okay, so that was that mistake. One little mistake. That's what, like a 1 second loss. It was still 1:52.348. The Banshee, the original Banshee, was 3 seconds faster. I don't know how. Look at this. This car was the hardest car to drive. I don't even know. I didn't even realize I made a lap without crashing. I don't know what it was about that car. I couldn't keep it under control. But the one lap I did, I pulled it off and I beat the Banshee 900 with it. I was dumbfounded. I still am at a loss for words for how that happened. But it did. Here we are. And it's not like the Banshee is, or the 900R is slow. As you can already tell from this, the Banshee 900R is way faster than the original Banshee. I don't know how it won. My only guess is because of the slipperiness of it. Maybe I didn't control it as much as I thought I did. I mean, I didn't crash, but maybe I didn't keep up my speed. Maybe I lost my speed every time I lost control of the car a little bit. So, in terms of a race, because, I mean, how often do you go this straight online? Never. Even in a race, there's no race that's this long, that has this long of a straightaway. So maybe if you're on a highway, on a freeway, you're dipping and dodging cars, you might be able to hit these speeds. But chances are most of the time you're not. Most of the time, the only time this car, it's really a factor is in a race. And in a race, it seems like the Banshee is better than the Banshee 900R. In a straightaway, it's no competition. You could already see the difference. You could see how much closer Mount Chiliad is on the 900R on the right versus the one on the regular Banshee on the left. I'm at a loss for words. I mean, again, like always, preference is yours. You get to decide. You get to choose which one you want. But as far as for me, I mean, for me, I'm going to go with the 900R, even though it's not going to do as good in the race. I'm probably just not going to use it in the race. I'll probably use it in free roam all the time, but not in the race. Look at the difference. That's a huge difference. I don't know how the Banshee beat the Banshee 900R. But it did. And here we are with the new leaders. Banshee 900R on the top speed at 148.408 and the Banshee at 156.780. We have two new victors. I mean, I guess nobody's surprised that both Banshees can beat both Dukes. But that wasn't even a close call. Not even within each other. And not in the way you would expect. But as always, if you like this video, drop a like, leave a comment, let me know how I could improve. I would appreciate that. If you have an idea for a new car, let me know that too. And as always, I will see you next time. Bye.
That's Trill, homie.